Yes, I say hello, I'm Darth Leon and this is Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And I've been Let's Playing for 5 hours now. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma for that matter? It almost seems as if something was happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth, knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 777779 number is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt on this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubts have been removed from the list, I can call for a ruling of the defendant. 5 minutes after the trial starts, Lana will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figure you say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and there's only one way we'll ever know the truth. You should draw it out of here. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 instant. Don't be stupid. Today is the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminiscing the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you lose your only chance to find out what really happened. Think about it. See you in court, Wright. Later, Miles. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gunnold has on her, it's now. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally this is when the prosecution pushes forth an opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief can't? Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, RG, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is your proposal? Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she does to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I'd like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claims do not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana, Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently been proven in this case through enough testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Well, we've been through that before. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears that time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling of the stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a little good boy and keep your mouth shut? Oh, Edgeworth is out of the rails. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Create another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer that naive little boy you will have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Mrs. Emma Sky. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Sky. The exposure of trust sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would have been even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecutor's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy? You live to regret this. Mark my words. Mrs. Emma Sky, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins, not the bull by the horns. Sorry, my jokes in spirit are not that good right now. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Sky. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister and I would want to be a scientific investigator. High school student? 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Darke of the Joe Darke killings. Is that correct? Yes, I'm trying my hardest to forget about that though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really that irrelevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. This trip to yesteryear, what the fuck is it? Has finally begun. That's bound to lead to the truth behind the trial. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Near Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out, I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Haven't we, been relieved? Well, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so now I've pressed the first 3 statements and I'm supposed to press this one. The one about, well, the last thing. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Darke. Just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of the year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image to the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. You have told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Miss Wright, have you heard enough? This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important message. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we are... Oh, sorry. I'll give a statement to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, I'm sorry. So... apparently this picture has been lost. Well, not entirely. Mr. Edgeworth? This little girl put all her hand into drawing that picture. And yet you still insist on denying its existence? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. And I'm saying and all I'm saying is that the prosecution for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list in the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it... Ah! What's this? Well... yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Don't be too happy, Emma. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access in that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here, where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in the case ever reached you. And that's how we proved Edgeworth's innocence. Order! Order! Who would have thought the picture would have been drawn on the back of the list? That was handed to Detective Goodman in the questioning room. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor? Are you alright, Miss Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. The evidence list was torn in half. Then there must be more on the drawing in the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable. Mr. Edgeworth? It's possible. Let's see. It's something wrong? Do you ever have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is something drawn in the back of my list. This is that thing. Oh, great. It's the fucking blue butter. That's that thing. The thing that was done in the evidence room. Apparently the head of the criminal office used this for his boyfriend. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Very well. Witness, will you please testify about the picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she saw the picture. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw that instant. Poor Emma. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Darke was about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Again, I need to press all the things. Wait, do I actually need to press? I mean, I can see the contradiction just right there. Okay, I'm taking big risks right now, because... Yeah, I don't actually need to. What was I thinking when I was taking these notes? I had to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture, the witness draw, contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it like it was just yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it could be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Well, quite frankly... Will it accept it? The contradiction of course lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. In fact, you don't even have to look closely to see that. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon, the tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Darke was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Huh? Where could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should have not been broken. What's the meaning of the... Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand? Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does this mean? Damn it, Edward. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation of the witness' memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. Well, I didn't do because I didn't press anything. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already about the little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? What I'm saying is that this broken knife might have been a piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Edgeworth. Order! 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 Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place on the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at that ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Darke about the demon gun, along with demon gun. Wow, I'm good. During his questioning, Joe Darke fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Darke. It is my belief that somewhere in that story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Darke's? Could there have been one? If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by simple observation and error. Mr. Wright? In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I mean, the image was burned inside her. I assume then that you have some information about the other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There is only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. The answer lies in the past, 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. In this picture of the award ceremony. Ah! What is, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award prosecutor Marshall was holding. That's a broken knife. As we have earlier concluded, that knife in the picture was not Joe Darker's knife. Being the case. The knife the witness saw was in all likelihood this award. Order, order, order! Niall Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and broken knife. When he chased after Joe Darkey, he pulled out his knife, this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. The broken knife was the only weapon he had in that dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the knife of the King of Prosecution weapon, award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, the man raising a knife wouldn't have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Well, maybe Darkey disarmed him, but the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Again. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth? What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at that time I drew this picture. Okay, fuck this song. All the time I've been trying so hard to forget. It must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness testimony. Won't you please tell us what you've recalled, Mrs. Kay? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger? This should be interesting.